Every grower should have a detailed food safety plan that encompasses their whole farming operation to the type of audit were performed. So with that being said, you have to have monitoring measures in place. It has to address chemical, biological, and physical contamination that could occur on your farm. With that, you also need to have preventative measures, monitoring verification procedures, and what you are doing to make sure that what you are producing is a safe product. The Harmonized GAP Plus audit is what we call a GFSI, Global Food Safety Initiative audit. It is a lot more detailed than the basic GAP audit. The backbone of the harmonized audit details with 7 risk assessments that have to be performed on your farm. We do perform 2 types of audits. We perform a harmonized GAP and we performed a harmonized GAP Plus. The harmonized GAP Plus is the GFSI. It is also an audit that is in line with the produce safety rule. It does not take the place of it, but it is aligned with the produce safety rule. The audit is also based on what we call risk assessments, HACCP, which HACCP stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. So you as a grower identify risks that could be present on your farm and how you monitor, prevent, and take action when such an event occurs prior to your product leaving the farm. Yeah, the scopes that are part of the Harmonized GAP Plus audit are the general sections, which is the general farming practices, details more with your workers, policies and procedures. It also details with food defense and food fraud. We also do a farm review harvest scope, which is your farming, growing practices and your harvesting practices. We also do a post-harvest operations audit that is part of that scope, which is one where we do packing houses. And so anything that happens to post-harvesting is implemented in that scope. We also have a logo use, where you are able to apply for the USDA logo to be put on your packaging. And we also have part of that Harmonized GAP Plus, the tomato protocol. ISDA performs the audit. An inspection is performed by the produce safety rule, or so-called FSMA rule. We go out and perform the audit. Remember, it is a non-regulated audit, meaning it is not required, whereas an inspection is performed by the produce safety rule agency, and they are the ones that have a little more bite. They are regulated with the FDA. In fact, it is the FDA. We perform our audits in 2 phases. We go out through the growing season and we actually audit your records and stuff for your growing practices. Then we go back out at harvest time and we are actually auditing your harvest procedures as it relates to your commodity and food safety regulations. USDA policy requires auditors to see product actively growing in the field. So we have to observe that. We also have to observe your actual crew there that is harvesting your product. So we have to see you actively harvesting as well. Some of the other key points that you should remember is that water testing is crucial to both type of audits. Another key point that should be implemented into your food safety plan is worker training. Make sure that all of your employees are trained job specific and that they are trained in health and hygiene policies and other food safety policies throughout your growing operation.